All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of From the Stands. We're going to be recapping the last week of the MLB season. We have a lot to get to, so hopefully I will catch you guys up on anything that you missed. We're going to get started with these headlines. Major League Baseball has told the Oakland Athletics to explore relocation possibilities if their stadium proposal is not approved. The A's proposed a new stadium. I'm sure you guys have seen pictures of it, and if that proposal is not approved and fulfilled, the A's will have to relocate somewhere else. Pitcher Jordan Zimmermann announced his retirement. He pitched mainly with the Nationals and the Tigers, threw a no-hitter with the Nationals. He was this year coming out of the Brewers bullpen and announced that he would be retiring from Major League Baseball. So round of applause for Jordan Zimmermann. Braves pitcher Mike Soroka has experienced a setback with his surgically repaired Achilles. He will have exploratory surgery to see exactly what is wrong, so that's going to push his return even further back for the Braves. Diamondbacks pitcher Zach Gallen was scratched from a start with a strained right elbow. The Diamondbacks say it's a UCL injury, which usually means Tommy John, but they're not doing anything for sure right now. They're going to reassess in a couple weeks, but it's not looking good for him right now. Matt Harvey makes the return to Citi Field as a member of the Baltimore Orioles. He's returning for the first time to face the Mets. Got a nice standing ovation, and it was Harvey Day once again at Citi Field. Miguel Cabrera collects his 2,878th hit, which is the most hits by any Venezuelan-born player. So congratulations to Miguel Cabrera. He passed Omar Vizquel on that list. A's pitcher James Caprillion collects his first Major League win. His dad was in attendance. He's talked about the importance of it after losing his mother. Just a really great story. If you guys want to look into it, it's a great read. Corbin Burns collected his 52nd strikeout without a walk, which set the Major League record. He extended the streak to 58 before he walked a batter, which is, of course, a Major League record. Padres and Yankees are in the midst of COVID outbreaks, including players such as Fernando Tatis Jr., Will Myers, Eric Hosmer, Jerkson Profar, Gleyber Torres. The Yankees, I know, are 85% vaccinated, so their players will likely return quicker or not have to miss any time at all. The Padres have not said whether or not their players are vaccinated, but we're going to find out depending on how quickly they return. So we'll kind of see how that situation plays out. Scary play here in the White Sox-Royals game on a pop-up to the catcher. Jose Abreu, Hunter Dozier running down the line collide as the ball is caught. They would be both taken out of the game. Abreu was back in the lineup the next day, hit a home run, so he's okay, but just a scary play here. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. Albert Pujols is in agreement with the Los Angeles Dodgers on a major league contract, so he heads back to the National League, not to the Cardinals. We'll have to see what his role is with the Dodgers. Finally, Joe Girardi and Gene Segura had a shouting match, it looks like, in the dugout after Segura missed a catch. It was a soft liner to second base that probably should have been caught. He tried to play it on a hop and ended up going to the outfield. So Girardi said very clearly he's not going to talk about it at all, but I think everybody handled the situation the best you can for the way everything went down. Plays of the week time, here we go. First off, we have a standoff in Pittsburgh between the Reds and the Pirates. Alex Blandino of the Reds and Luis Oviedo, I think I said that right, of the Pirates, standing off, the old-fashioned anthem standoff. So that was kind of cool. The Reds and Alex Blandino were victorious. Cedric Mullins had a pop-up triple to the shortstop. It wasn't exactly to the shortstop, but Bogarts going over, couldn't make the catch, and Cedric Mullins flying around the bases, gets to third base with a triple. We had a crazy play here in the Brewers-Cardinals game on a fly ball to center field, hit to Harrison Bader. He stumbles and he makes the catch, and then Kane on second starts to tag up. He drops the ball in the transfer. It lets Kane tag up from second to score on a fly ball to center field. So kind of a wild play all around. Bases loaded in the White Sox-Royals game. This ball hit out to center field. Well hit. Billy Hamilton coming back to the track makes the leaping catch to save all those runs. Lance Lynn's happy about it. Strands all the runners on base. We've been seeing Shohei Ohtani highlights all year long, but this one is so impressive. Home run over the monster in left field, and if you look at his swing, he just kind of flicked his wrist out. I don't even think he had both hands on the bat. That's just crazy power to hit it over the monster too. So that's just a super impressive home run. Speaking of impressive home runs, Marcell Ozuna hits this ball to center field off the video board. I didn't get the actual distance on it. I don't think it was anything too crazy, but if the video board had not been there, that's a monster home run there. Dylan Moore makes this insane leaping catch. We've seen him do this earlier this year against the Dodgers. He does it here against the Indians, getting up, robbing the batter of a hit. That's another great play by Dylan Moore. The Twins had to come back in the 8th inning. They were down 4 runs against the A's after an RBI single. Miguel Sano hits the go-ahead 3-run home run. The Twins needed that one. They would come back and win that game. Ryan McKenna robs Gary Sanchez of a home run on this ball hit to left. Looks like it's going to get out. McKenna goes back, leaps, makes the great catch, robs Gary Sanchez. Speaking of robbing home runs, JBJ on this ball hit by Ozzie Albies goes back. He goes over the wall, times it perfectly, robs him of the home run. Ryan McMahon of the Rockies hit a 478-foot home run. This is a monster shot by Ryan McMahon. He's been crushing the ball all year. And then finally we have Shohei Ohtani again with the Angels down 1 in the 9th, hits the go-ahead 2-run home run right down the line. It was fair. The Angels would go on to win that game. Now on to my games of the week. We're going to start off with the Royals and the Tigers. We're going to jump to the bottom of the 5th. It is 4-0 Detroit. Robbie Grossman with the bases loaded. The 3-run triple brings all the runners home. So now it's 7-0 Detroit. We're going to head to the 8th inning. It's still 7-0. Jorge Soler with a pair of runners on, the 3-run home run. So it's 7-3. We're going to jump to the 9th. The Tigers still have a 4-run lead. Ryan O'Hearn with the base hit brings in another run, so it's 7-4. And then Soler with the bases loaded again. The bases clearing double this time. So we are all tied up at 7. The Tigers had a 7-0 lead in the 8th inning. They blow it. Head to the bottom of the 9th. Robbie Grossman again with a ground ball base hit brings in the game-winning run. So again, the Tigers had a 7-0 lead. They blew it, and then they walked it off the next inning. So kind of a crazy game there. Next up, we have the Giants and the Pirates in Pittsburgh. We're going to jump. It was a scoreless game until the 8th inning. Kevin Gausman was dealing. Both pitchers dealing. Brandon Crawford with the go-ahead home run makes it 1-0 Giants in the 8th inning. We're going to head to the bottom of the 9th. Giants looking to close it out. Brian Reynolds with the base hit brings in the tying run, so it's 1-1. We're going to jump all the way to the 11th now. Still 1-1. Austin Slater with the go-ahead single makes it 2-1 Giants. The Pirates are not done yet. In the bottom half, Adam Frazier with the game-tying triple there to tie the game at 2. And then Gregory Polanco wins it with the sacrifice fly, brings in Frazier, and that would be the ball game. Pirates walk it off after a great pitching duel. It is a 3-2 Pirates win in that one. Next up, we have the Reds and the Rockies in Colorado. We're going to jump to the 3rd inning. It's 2-0 Colorado, but Nick Castellanos with the 2-run home run makes it 2-2. The score would stay that way, but we're going to jump to the 9th inning. Game is tied. Runners on the corners. Daniel Bard gets Jesse Winker to strike out, gets out of that jam. In the 11th, Kyle Farmer with the go-ahead 2-run home run. So it's now 4-2 Reds. In the bottom half, Josh Fuentes with the 2-run game-tying double. So it makes it 4-4. In the 12th, again, Nick Castellanos once again doubles in the go-ahead run. So it's 5-4 Reds. And then he would come home as Eugenio Suarez grounds out, brings him in. 6-4 Reds. They have a 2-run lead heading into the bottom of the 12th. Tapia grounds out, brings in another run, so it's 6-5. But the Reds would hang on to win that game. That was a crazy extra innings game. Anytime you see that back and forth, that's going to be a good game. The Reds take this one, but we are not done with this series, so stay tuned. The A's and the Twins played a great series here. We're going to jump to the 2nd inning in this one. 2 runners on. Max Kepler with the big 3-run home run. So that puts the Twins ahead 3-1. We're going to jump to the 5th inning now. It's now 4-1 Twins. Sean Murphy with the base hit brings in a run, so it's 4-2. Another run will come home on a Seth Brown ground ball out, so it would make it a 1-run game. And then here's an interesting play on a ground ball to shortstop. They get Andrews in the rundown, but as he's running, as the catcher throws the ball, Andrews and the catcher run into each other, so that is an interference call, and Andrews comes home to score. So that's how this one would get tied up. The A's would take the lead on a Matt Chapman sacrifice fly, so it's now 5-4 Oakland, and then Chapman again in the 7th would bring home another run, makes it 6-4. Bottom of the 8th inning, Andrelton Simmons with with the game-tying 2-run home run. So it's 6-6, and then in the 9th inning, on a strikeout by Matt Chapman, Ramon Laureano comes to the plate, brings in the go-ahead run. 7-6 Oakland, and they would hang on to win it on this flyout by Miguel Sano. So the A's hang on to win that game 7-6. Heading back to the Cincinnati and Colorado series, we're going to jump to the 4th inning. It is 1-0 Cincinnati, but Josh Fuentes with the 2-run double brings in 2 runs, so it's now 2-1 Rockies. Rockies would get another run on a sacrifice bunt and a throwing error by the pitcher, so that would bring in a 2nd run, makes it 3-1 Colorado. Tapia would hit a sacrifice fly, makes it 4-1. There would be another double to make it 5-1. Rockies would add on later in the game, so it's now 6-1 heading into the top of the 8th inning. Tyler Naquin with the 2-run single gets the Reds a little closer, so it's 6-3. Suarez hits a sacrifice fly, brings in Castellanos, so it's now 6-4, a little closer. And then Shogo Akiyama with the base hit brings in Naquin, so it's 6-5. Rockies still hanging on the lead. They will head to the 9th inning on a pass ball. A run comes in to score to tie the game. That's Barnhart. And then on another wild pitch by a different pitcher, Nick Senzel comes in to give the Reds the lead. They would hold on to that lead in the bottom of the 9th. Runners on. This is a very nice double play turn by the Reds. Very impressive, very smooth. And the Reds would hang on to win that one 7-6. Comeback victory for them there. Time for the performances of the week. Let's get started. Lance McCullers Jr., 8 innings pitched, just 1 earned run, 3 hits, and 9 strikeouts. So great outing from him there. And then Garrett Cole, 8 innings pitched, no runs, 4 hits, 12 strikeouts. His 1,500th career strikeout was also one of those strikeouts, so congratulations to him. Kevin Gausman, 8 innings pitched, just a run allowed, 5 hits, 12 strikeouts. He had a great outing. And then on the offensive side, Eduardo Escobar went 3 for 5 with 7 RBIs. He had 2 home runs for the Diamondbacks. On to the standings watch. We're going to start off with the AL East. The Red Sox still lead the East, but Toronto, New York, and Tampa Bay are all within 2 games, so that division is getting much tighter. Heading over to the AL Central, the White Sox lead the Central. They have the best record in baseball, and they also have the best run differential in baseball in terms of winning percentage for their record. The Royals have lost 11 straight games. They broke that streak earlier this week, but they win over the White Sox, so they dropped to 3rd in the AL Central. The Twins have baseball's worst record at 13-25. They've gone 2-8 in their last 10, so they are last in the division. In the West, the A's still lead it, but the Astros are half game back. They've won 6 in a row, and we will get to more on that later. The Mets lead the NL East despite getting swept by the Rays. The Phillies are just a half game back, so that division, every team in there is just all kind of clumped together. That division is going to be like that the whole season. In the NL Central, St. Louis still leads that. Milwaukee is just 2 games back, though, so they're creeping up. The Giants still lead the NL West. The Padres are a half game back. We're waiting for them to kind of get going. The Dodgers are 2 games out. They've been playing a little bit better as of recently, but still got to make up some ground in that division. Time for the players of the week. Starting off with our AL pitchers, Lance McCullers Jr., talked about him earlier. 14 innings pitched, just allows 1 earned run with 14 strikeouts, 0.64 ERA. And then Garrett Cole for his outing. 8 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, no runs allowed, 0 ERA. AL hitters, Aaron Judge was absolutely on fire. Hit .571 with 5 home runs and a 1.973 OPS. So he had an insane week. And then Mitch Haniger of the Mariners is also swinging the bat well. Hit .333 with 4 homers, pair of doubles, 1.417 OPS. He's having a great week. Freddie Peralta in the National League, 13 innings pitched, didn't allow a run. He struck out 16 batters. Of course, a 0 ERA. He's been pitching really well. And Alex Wood in 13 innings pitched allowed 2 earned runs, 13 strikeouts, and a 1.38 ERA. And then the National League hitters, Max Muncy hit .500 with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 1.571 OPS. And Josh Fuentes of the Rockies also hit .500 with 2 home runs. He had 3 doubles, 13 runs batted in a 1.431 OPS. Time for the rookie watch. This week it's all Mariners. Jared Kelenic and Logan Gilbert make their major league debuts against the Indians. Gilbert got roughed up a bit. I think Kelenic went hitless in his first game, but the next day Kelenic hits his first career home run. So he's going to have a great career. Not bitter at all as a Mets fan. That's okay, good for him. Time for the what to watch for. We've got a ton of great series coming up. The Mets and the Braves start a 3-game set on Monday. This is their first series played against each other this season. They haven't played each other yet, so that should be an interesting series. The Braves trying to get going, the Mets trying to hang on to their lead in the NL East. We talked about the Astros and the A's earlier. They start a 3-game set on Tuesday. That's going to be great. The Astros are a half game back. The A's trying to defend their AL West title. The White Sox and the Yankees, arguably probably the 2 best teams in the AL. I'm sure you could throw in a couple other ones. They start a 3-game set on Friday, so that's going to be a really good series between 2 really good teams. The Dodgers and the Giants, also another good NL West matchup. They start on Friday with a 3-game set, so lots of good series to watch this week. Finally, it's time for the highlight reel. We have a ton of stuff to get to. On this play, up the middle, Nick Ahmed with the running barehand grab gets the out at first. We have Shane Bieber snagging a 111.5 mile per hour comebacker hit off the bat. So that's a very impressive catch. The Mets had another comeback in the 9th inning. Dom Smith tied the game on an RBI single, and then Patrick Mazeika, talked about him last week. It's his second walk-off fielder's choice. At the time of this walk-off, he still hadn't had his first major league hit. So he's got 2 walk-off RBIs without a hit in the major leagues. Mike Zunino hit a mammoth home run, 472 feet at the drop. Paul Goldschmidt with the clutch go-ahead home run in the 11th for the Cardinals, puts them ahead. Gavin Lux, another go-ahead home run for the Dodgers, 3-run shot in the 8th inning. That was super clutch. Michael Conforto makes this great diving catch in right center field, lays out. That's a great catch. James Karinchak is so fun to watch. He gets this huge strikeout with runners on, pimps it, celebrates it, and Ahmed Rosario walks it off for the Indians, and they win that game. Josh Fuentes had a great week. He had this walk-off hit along with all the other hits that he had this week, winning it for the Rockies. The Phillies also had a great comeback. Odubel Herrera with the game-tying home run in the 9th. Hoskins would hit a go-ahead single. Later on, the Phillies would come back to win that game. We have Vlad Jr. with a fun clip here. He's imitating Jordan Romano on the mound here, getting down in the crowd, standing back up. That's fun to watch. Speaking of the Blue Jays had a great comeback late. Kevin Biggio hit the game-tying double, and then Bo Bichette hit the go-ahead double to put the Blue Jays over in that game. Nelson Cruz wore a Gatorade cooler in the dugouts. I think MLB's Twitter posted it and said, cooler heads prevailed. So that was kind of funny. Joey Gallo threw out this runner at the plate to keep the game tied, throws the laser to keep the game tied between the Astros, but the Astros would walk it off later on a wild pitch. Gio Urshela hit a pinch hit 3-run home run. He was battling some injuries, came off the bench, hits the go-ahead home run. Brett Phillips continues his walk-off heroics from last year. It's his walk-off against the Mets. Goes back to the airplane. Another great walk-off for Brett Phillips. David Dahl robs this home run. It's an impressive catch. Goes back, times it perfectly, leaps, steals a home run away there. Matt Chapman makes this great catch over by the tarp. He leans over, runs over, leans over, is able to grab it and make that catch there. That's not an easy play. The Tigers had a comeback against the Cubs, and Craig Kimbrell, Nomar Mazara with the game-tying single in the final inning, and then Harold Castro wins it with the base hits. The Tigers come back to beat the Cubs there. Jacob Stallings hits a walk-off home run for the Pirates. He drove in 4 runs in this game, including the game-tying double. So he gets the game-tying hit, gets the game-winning home run. Great day for him. And then I talked about Patrick Mazeika earlier. He collects his first career hit, and it's a home run off Diego Castillo to right field. That's his 4th career RBI, but his first hit. So that's kind of a crazy stat. The White Sox had a comeback against the Royals. Yohan Moncada had a RBI single to tie the game. He got thrown out the plate later on trying to score the winning run. And then with Jose Abreu on third, he scores on this wild pitch and a great slide. I think if you look at the replay, he was probably out, but I'm not complaining. I'm a White Sox fan, so fine with me. And then JBJ makes another incredible catch in left field. I think this one might arguably be better than the home run Robbie had earlier with the leaping catch. That's an impressive play there. And that is going to do it, guys. That's all I have this week. Hopefully I caught everybody up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking with me. If you have anything you want me to answer or talk about in the next episode, leave it in the comments. I will either answer it there or talk about it in the next episode. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching.